Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Football by Rob. It's Rob here. Going to be doing a slightly longer video than normal where I discuss all the issues that I have noticed with the Club World Cup that's going on in America right now and why I am worried about next year's FIFA World Cup in Canada, America, and Mexico. So, you know the drill by now. I'm going to move from this intro to my laptop screen. You'll see me in the corner and we'll take it from there. All right? Cheers. Right. So if you look at my screen here, you'll see that there have been 6 delays so far. I'm recording this video after Al Hilal have beaten Man City. So if you pay attention, there are a lot of games that have had massive delays, in average over an hour. Only the Palmeiras Al Ahly one was short, and this Auckland Boca Juniors was 40 minutes. Again, some teams, because they don't have a lot of people at the stadium, the amount of fans actually attending has been very low in comparison to the estimations that FIFA had initially. So maybe that's why there wasn't a lot of discussion in the media about this. But then the main thing that has happened recently was this Benfica Chelsea game, where because of a lightning delay, the game had 5 minutes left of normal time and whatever stoppage time the referee wanted to add. And instead of that, there was a 2 hour delay almost, and the fans had to leave. The stadium was vacated, and these players eventually came back after a 2 hour gap, and they played out the rest of the time remaining, only for Benfica to equalize. The score was 1-0 at the time for Chelsea. And then these players had to play an extra 30 minutes as well, where Chelsea eventually ran out winners. Now, there are a lot of issues with this. The reason is the Thunderstorm Protocol that American sports has across all disciplines and all sports. It's at college level and professional level as well. So, what is the Thunderstorm Protocol? Safety is the priority. So, if lightning or signs of an electrical discharge are detected within an 8 mile or 13 kilometer radius of the stadium, an immediate suspension of the match is triggered. Now, the issue with this is that, in accordance with current regulations, upon detection of an electrical discharge within the perimeter of the stadium, it has to be evacuated. The players return to the locker room, and a 30-minute countdown without electrical activity begins. If a new lightning strike occurs during this period, the countdown automatically restarts, which will explain why there was this extended delay that went up to 2 hours. There will be a brief warm-up period of 5 to 10 minutes, which is essential for the players to get back into the rhythm of competition before resuming the match. 5 to 10 minutes is not enough when some player has been playing for over 80 minutes and then having to wait for 2 hours. They've probably been running around or keeping themselves active during that entire process, which is just not on, if you ask me. If we go further, what happens if the wait is prolonged? If the suspension extends beyond 45 to 60 minutes, the organizers, in conjunction with the technical staff, must evaluate the continuity of the match. In such cases, the match may be rescheduled or even cancelled, depending on weather and logistical conditions. This is very problematic, and this does not bode well for next year's World Cup, in my opinion, because FIFA apparently cannot override this protocol. One. Now, they have in the past overridden laws in different countries that they have been hosting in. They created a whole new FIFA court in 2010 to deal with thievery. It was known to be extremely quick with its jurisprudence. In 2014, they went against Brazil, who have a law to not allow alcohol being sold in the stadium, and they managed to overturn that because Budweiser was one of the sponsors as well. So I wouldn't put it past them in the 1 year that is left. However, as things stand, they can't override this protocol. Now, this is something that even the CDC backs, so it makes sense to not override it. But what can they do? In my opinion, America has enough infrastructure to essentially play the games indoor. The problem is FIFA have already allotted all the games, so every host city is decided. The thunderstorm issue that we are noticing, what happened at the Benfica one happened in Charlotte, so somewhere here. It's on the east coast. If we take a closer look at all these cities, I'm just going to pay main attention to America, the US that is. There are 4 stadiums here which are roofed. That is Los Angeles, the SoFi, Dallas, AT&T, Houston Texans, the NRG Stadium, and this one, the Atlanta Falcons Stadium, which is the Mercedes-Benz Arena. And I think the one in Vancouver is also domed, as in it has a roof. I'm not sure if it's retractable or not. So, you've already given the rights out. If you look at this, Boston, no roof. New York, New Jersey, this is where the final is going to be held. No roof. Philadelphia, no roof. Miami, no roof. Again, another place that is notorious for storm activity. So, if I go to another article that says the number of roofed or domed indoor stadiums in NFL, this could be an option. These two are already in. This could be an option. This is already in there. Indianapolis Colts, this could be an option. The Vegas Stadium is also supposed to be state of the art. This could be an option. Minnesota, again, it will probably be logistically an issue because of the travel, but I'm not sure. If weather is going to be a major factor, they need to look at these sort of stadiums instead. Whether they will do it or not, whether they have enough time to change their plans, only they know. Another issue will be the heat, right? And that also can be solved by the domed stadiums and indoor stadiums, because we have seen issues where players are complaining. They're also having to play on AstroTurf. Again, I hope for FIFA's sake they don't have a situation where any of the stadiums being used have AstroTurf and they are actually proper grass, because they have done it in the past in the Women's World Cup as well. This is the only thing in FIFA's portfolio that actually makes money. Everything else loses money or just breaks even. The Women's World Cup also just broke even in 2023 for the first time since its inception. So the Club World Cup that they are hosting right now is also not making them any money. We'll get to that in a bit. But I really think they need to look at this. They should also look at giving more games to Estadio Azteca. Now, the football purist in me was really sad when I saw that the MetLife Stadium in New York, New Jersey, which is a pain to travel to, according to everybody who's gone there for any reason, that's going to host the final over this brilliant stadium, arguably the one with most history. Like, yeah, I'll probably say it's got even bigger history than the Maracana in that hemisphere. And to see that it's not going to even get a semi-final, or actually it deserves the final. The Azteca deserves the final. Pele in 70, Maradona in 86. It's a place where icons are born, cemented, for generations to come. And it's just sad that we are not going to have that opportunity. Anyway, That's just the purist in me talking. I would have loved to see a final in Azteca in my lifetime. I've heard so much about it. I've seen documentaries, I've read articles and excerpts, anecdotes from fans who have visited. It feels like that stadium, like it has a soul. It's also a really old stadium as well. So, man, if the walls could talk, they'd probably have amazing stories. Anyway, coming back. So, another main issue that I've noticed with the Club World Cup this time around has been that they have had a really bad time selling seats. Now, the Club World Cup saw at least 1 million seats go empty during the 48 games in the group stage. Almost 56.7% of the total publicly listed capacity was filled for these games. Now, total attendance was announced at 1.67 million to 2.95 million capacity, an average of 34,746. Just 44.9% was filled for the 5 matches at the MetLife Stadium. That is the place that will host the World Cup final next year. And 50% for the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, where 1994 final was held between Brazil and Italy. Again, I know some people will say that this is probably down to the games being during work time and people not having a good time with the economy in America. We all know. I don't need to spell it out. Unless you've been living under a rock in a cave somewhere far, far away. So, in a world where the Club World Cup tickets are considerably cheaper than the FIFA World Cup tickets, because I'll get to the World Cup tickets as well right now. How is FIFA planning to get maximum capacity? How are they planning to achieve that? That is going to be a challenge for them, or so I feel. If you look at the packages that they haven't listed individual tickets yet. I don't know how it will go for. I'm pretty sure they'll get sold out really quickly and then scalpers will have a field day. That's just the way the world is now. But if you see this, they have a venue series where you can watch at least 4 to 9 games depending on which venue you have selected. And this won't have an impact on which team you want to follow. Again, it'll just be based on venue. This is 8,275 USD per person. If you want to follow your team, you get 3 group stage matches and 1 round of 32 match. There's an asterisk as well, so I'm pretty sure we'll have to check something at the bottom. The Follow My Team pass is not currently available for host country nationals. Okay. And you only get 1 knockout game, the round of 32 one, and 3 group stage games for $6,750. Crazy. And just any 4 games, but 2 must be on Monday and 2 on Thursday. So not any, but all venues are eligible, and this is 5,300 per person. And the perks is you get all this hospitality options and FIFA Pavilion and VIP and whatnot. Who's gonna pay all this? I mean, I know people will pay. They'll probably have all this luxury stuff going to people with money. But they aren't going to be the fans. The average fan is probably not going to be there as much. And that's what makes me worried for the World Cup in general, where it's going to lose that charm that it has. Like in 2018, there was this group of Mexican fans who converted a taco truck and they drove it from Mexico to Russia and they drove around for all their games. I don't see something like that happening this time around. Why do you say that? Well, right there. It's no secret that America has always been a tough place for people from the third world to get a visa for. And even then, there have been a lot of hoops and hurdles to jump over and through. So this is from the embassy in Mali, but it's applicable to everyone right now. That if you want to apply for a visa, you have to give them your social media for the last 5 years. And if you see the kind of things that they have already used to deny visas, I don't think anybody's safe. Even if you've like harmlessly reacted to a meme or a tweet, or if you've actually shared something, or if you have a funny photo on your phone that they deem is problematic, for the want of a better word. So I'm not sure how good the attendance is going to be and whether actual fans are going to be there or not. I mean, not only do I feel they're going to get priced out, they're also going to get like just stopped at the gate, literally. And yeah, again, I'm not sure how to feel about that. It just, I don't know. Will I still watch the World Cup? Yeah, I'll probably watch the World Cup. Obviously, it comes around once in 4 years. I've watched it even when it was in Russia and Qatar and everywhere. So, who's not going to watch the World Cup? Well, yeah, that's just where we are. I also think about the immigration crackdown. Again, this will also have a major impact, I feel, because you are going to need as many people working as possible. I just don't know how that's going to turn out. But yeah, lastly, I would want to talk about in the last two World Cups, people were very eager to walk around on a high horse, mention this, that, and the other, and rightfully so, about Russia or even Qatar. And they had every right to make the points that they were making. They thought that injustice was being done, and they were the apostles of democracy, the bastions of freedom. I'm just wondering whether next year are people going to have the same energy when they go to a country that is sending you know what to you know whom to do you know what. I hope so, personally, because it already feels like the West has like totally embraced the hypocrisy that they are living in now. But if they still have a conscience, maybe they will speak up about it. I'm not asking anybody to say we are not going to go to the World Cup or this, that, and the other. I'm just wondering, like, hypothetically, is Denmark going to black out their kit again? Is somebody going to say, no, we can't accept playing in so and so place when this is happening, that is happening? Yeah. Anyway, sorry that got a bit somber. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the Club World Cup so far? What are your thoughts on next year's World Cup? Do you think it's going to be a good one? Do you think it's going to flop? It's going to be mid? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you agree with anything, if you disagree with anything that I've mentioned. And yeah, that's about it. I'm not wearing one of my t-shirts today, but I'll be leaving a link for my prints and my t-shirts. If you like them, please check them out. If you want to buy them, that will really help. Drop a like, subscribe, share with anybody who you think might enjoy. Have a nice one. Take care, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.